30 years later, a forgotten legend returns to Formula One. A driver whose career ended with a deadly crash, but now he's back. Will he rise again to lead his team to victory, or lose everything once again? This is Brad Pitt's explosive movie F1 2025. At the start of the tale, we meet our hero Brad Pitt. The character in the film is Sonny, who adores driving cars and racing. He takes part in a game where he drives a car. He will do anything to help his team win. As he races, the other players try to stop him, but he finds ways to pass them. When one player remains, he battles with him too and crashes into that player and still passes him. This continues as he drives the car for several laps and scores many points for his team, and with Sonny's assistance, his team clinches the competition. But Sonny cares nothing for recognition or glory. He loves to drive cars. This explains why he declines the trophy despite winning the event. He says goodbye to his friends and departs. He visits the laundry shop, where he notices a poster. It advertised a job opening for a driver at a location in the Mexican desert. But he shows little interest in that place. Then a friend named Ruben approaches him. These two haven't seen each other in ages. He mentions he has a Formula One team but needs a driver. You were a Formula One driver before. That's why I want you to get behind the wheel for me and help my team win, because my team is losing. She doesn't even qualify for the top 10. If this keeps up, I'll go broke. I'll be dead. My whole team will be sold off. Please help me. So Sonny says, all right, I'll think it over. And then we see Joshua somewhere else, in the driver's seat. He's on Ruben's team. There's also a girl named Kat here. Kat, who designs cars, begins asking JP to let her know if the car has any issues inside. He tells her the car has many problems inside. So Kat begins to focus on these issues to redesign the car and win the race. Then Sonny arrives. These folks are amazed to see Sonny. Some people here don't even know Sonny. But Ruben feels hopeful that Sonny will now help his team win, and Sonny greets everyone. Now Sonny gets inside this car. Yet though he has driven many classic F1 racing cars, this vehicle is modern. Still, he handles this car. He grasps the track layout and begins to practice it. During his test run here, the car crashes at one spot. He figures out the issue with the car. He points out that the car turns too sharply at high speeds. So Kat now says that she will focus on this. His company's name is Apex GP. A kid called JP also visits his mom. He feels down. He starts telling his mom that on one side, his team isn't winning, and also, the whole team is at capacity. No one needs a driver. A fresh face has joined his team who can rival him. His mom says, don't stress. Just concentrate on yourself. The racing season approaches. This team has two drivers. One driver is the lead, the other is secondary. Each team allows two drivers. Both drivers contribute to their team's success. They hold a joint press conference. JP tells Sonny during it that he's an old man. But Sonny doesn't take offense. The reporters ask Sonny some odd questions. One asks about his history, mentioning a past crash. They note his 30-year absence from racing and his return to Formula One. Sonny was upset. That's why he leaves this place and spends the entire night reflecting on his past. He had an accident before. As a result, he quit racing too. He got hurt back then. In the morning, JP says sorry to Sonny. He begins telling Sonny that he called him old. But none of this matters to Sonny. He just lives in his own world and keeps practicing. Now they set up another race inside Silverstone. This race runs for 3 days. The first day is Friday. On this day, racers compete, and on the second day they race to qualify. The first place player's car sits in the front row on Friday, while the last place player's car stands at the far end. The championship match happens on day 3. In this, all teams compete to become champions. Each team has 2 players. They both drive their cars on the track. Here Ruben introduces Sonny to one of his investors called Peter. Ruben begins to explain that all their investors have left. Peter remains with them. Peter says he sees potential in their company and soon their company will grow large. This is why he sticks with their company. The moment arrives to race the car on the track. In the lab earlier, the gold car stayed behind. This explains why it's placed at the rear as the competition kicks off. This is when racers battle each other and attempt to pass one another. When one competitor leads, the other competitor tries to block rival team members from advancing, and this strategy forms the basis of how the game unfolds. The tires on JP's car heat up. This prompts him to swap his tires, and afterward, he also replaces some components of his vehicle. But during this time, both of them lost many seconds, and in racing, every tiny millisecond counts. A time comes when their cars reach the front. But this creates an issue. The two drivers begin to fight each other. They refuse to let the other pass, and this could hurt their team. This happens often in the game. Even in real races, teammates start to battle each other. This ends for them, and the same thing occurs to them too as both cars crash into each other and leave the track. For this reason, they are out of this game. JP shouts as he arrives. He begins to say, why did anyone need to comment on him? JP is the top driver and Sunny ranks second as a driver. JP wanted to move to the front, and after they both came in, they got ready to fight with each other. However, Sunny bears all the blame because he is the second driver. He should have allowed JP to go ahead. That's why the team owner also tells Sunny that he should follow the orders. Without teamwork, they will not win this race. And Sunny enters the garage and lies down in cold water. A girl called Jody shows up and chats with him for a bit. Then Ruben arrives too. Ruben begins to say that he wrecked JP's car as well. I expect you'll drive off my driver too. I'll end up with nothing. Sunny starts to tell him not to worry. Your driver still needs to learn a lot. He also asks if the girl named Kat is married or divorced. Wayne says, none of this will work here. Then he steps outside and runs into Kat. Kat designs car wings. So he tells Kate that I want to talk to you about something very important. And he brings her to a coffee shop where they both talk. She asks him, what important things do you want to talk to me about? Here he starts telling him that you should redesign the car. She starts saying, why should I do such a thing? We are a teamwork and I don't do any work from anyone without asking. She also says that people are discussing you everywhere. Everybody wants to know, why did you come back to Formula One? Rose starts leaving from here and says that I will listen to you only when you finish the race, and after saying this she goes away. Now both the players start practicing in their own ways. JP practices with those simulations and Sunny just runs around like that. Then all the team members get together again and make a plan on how to win the race. Today's race was scheduled to have 52 laps. This meant that the vehicles were to circle the same ground 52 times, and they had to somehow come first on the 52nd round. Now the race begins. Both the drivers drive their cars very well on this track. Now Sony brings his car to get its tires changed. There are two types of tires inside the vehicle. One soft and one hard. He wants soft tires to be put in his car. Soft tires boost speed, but they wear out quickly. The owners here do not allow this. But on repeated requests of the son, soft tires are put in the car, and he takes the car from there, and after taking a lot of rounds, with the right coordination with each other, his team qualifies in the top 10. But this was the first qualifying. But still all of them are happy because their team has come in the top 10, and coming in the top 10 means getting extra points. At night, Sony goes from here to Kate's place. Kate starts saying that I am redrawing the car as per your request. She also tells about herself that I had designed a car earlier also. When I got married, I showed my ideas to my husband. That's why my marriage broke, because she didn't like my idea. That's why I also want to win this race. The second qualifying starts with JP still in the top 10 and Sony holding the other cars behind them, and both of them push hard. He does a lot to make his team win, and Apex JP, his team, comes at number 4, but the race was still on. Gradually JP's car comes to the first position. But when he starts taking a turn, because of this, his car overturns and falls very far away, due to which the car catches fire. Although Sony was following him, he goes quickly, extinguishes the car fire, and saves his teammate. Now JB's mom scolds Sony here, saying that because of you my son's life is in danger. You were making him do work that he never liked doing. You were making him speed up. But Sony knows that it is not my fault. I told him not to take a turn. I was forbidden to reduce the speed. But JP did not listen to him. That is why JP's car met with an accident. But still he apologizes to JP's mom here. Now all the team members start discussing together as to what should be done next. because we're back to square one. But Sony says that we can still win the race. It is not too late yet. And if we get 100 millises with one coordinate, we will win this race. However, JP can no longer participate in the race because he has an injury on his hand. That's why only Sony takes part in this race, and Sony helps his team qualify in the top 9 every time. And in the next few days, JP also recovers from his injury and starts racing here too. But here in this race, both of them start committing to each other and JP gets Sony out of the race. He hits his car. Sony comes in and gets very angry at JP. He says, "Don't do this next time. You just look at yourself. Don't look at the team. That's probably the reason the team is losing. Tony also says that this team can sink because of you. That's why instead of focusing on yourself, focus on the entire team." Now Kat sees the fight between these two here. That very night, Kat invites both of them to a place where she starts saying that you both should not fight like this. Because if both of you fight or compete with each other, then the entire team will suffer losses. She starts playing cards with both of them. These three keep talking about cars and playing cards for a long time. Later, JP's manager arrives here and takes him away. Now only 2 people are left here. Then both of them come closer to each other and kiss and become intimate. Sony stands in the balcony late at night. Kate also comes near him. Kate starts saying that one thing I still don't understand is why have you come back to this race? He asks her, why are you here? She starts saying that I want to show it to everyone. I want to show it to my ex-husband. I have the ability. I can also make the team win. But I can't do this without you. You have to win the race. That's why I will be able to win. He starts saying that a big accident happened to me. I was very passionate about driving and I was going to become a world champion driver. But an accident happened. My bones got broken during that time. I even injured my spine and was bedridden for several days. After that, all my dreams were shattered. Then I never entered the world of racing. But I know I still have the ability. That's why I have come back here. Then Ruben comes to them. Ruben knows that these two love each other. Ruben lets us know here that they are coming to seize our car. Actually, the organizers of the game have received some information that there is some problem inside his car. They have designed the car wrongly. But these people say that no, we have the paper. We haven't designed the car against the rules at all. Whether you can see it. But the organizer says no, we will have to confiscate your car, and he goes away after saying this. Now it becomes a problem for everyone. Now the third qualifying match takes place. This match was taking place at night. He still has his car. The organizers did not seize his car because he had all the documents in order. The third qualifying begins. In this, Sony shows its good competition. But he finds out that the cards that I always keep with me are not the ones I have with me. He considers this thing as bad luck, and as he was driving the car very fast. Then he goes out of control and his car meets with an accident. He gets hurt a lot. He is taken to the hospital. Ruben comes to visit her. Ruben starts saying that you have been hurt before also. You had an accident and I did not know about it. I can't put your life in danger. That is why from now on you will not participate in any race. Tony says don't do that. You need me and I will be fine and I will make you win this race. But Ruben says that no, you will not race here again. I will hire some other driver and he leaves after saying this. But JP still keeps practicing for his team. Tony also makes a full recovery. He starts leaving from here. Then he finds an investor named Peter. Peter starts saying that I am about to make a deal and I want you to be a part of it. That means you leave Apex GP and you join me because I have also left Apex. So he says okay, I will definitely think about it. And he goes away from here. Let's look at JP now, who is sitting next to his mom. He starts telling his mom that when my accident happened it was my mistake and not Sony's because he was repeatedly telling me not to take the turn too fast, but I did not listen to him. Now Sunday also comes. The championship was to be held on this day. Peter is also sitting with the people with whom he has dealt. He wants Sony to also be a part of my team. But we see Sony come back. He gets back together with Apex GP. He tells those people to give me one more chance. This time I will make you win the race. Ruben says I don't want to lose you. You've already suffered too many injuries and I don't want you to die. But Sony knows that no one except me can make you win the race. That's why everyone is ready to take him back into the team. It also says that someone told the port through fake documents that we have redone the car. I don't know who that person was, but Sonny knows that person was Peter. Now everybody gets ready. Peter also notices that Sony is back with Apex GP. That is why he feels very bad. Now the race begins again. Both players are in this team, and together they will have to somehow make their team win because today is championship day. This is the purpose of gold. He here clears the way for Joshua, i.e. JP. He tries to stop other people so that JP can move ahead, and this is also the job of the second driver. In this way, both drivers together bring their team to the first position. But the race was still on. In between, both the drivers keep changing the tires of their cars, and in this way the race continues for a long time. Sometimes his team comes at number 4. Sometimes at number 2, and Sony, he was helping JP a lot. There is a 2-minute break in between. Sony's car also collided at one place here. But Sony was totally fine. This race starts again after 2 minutes. The labs which were remaining are completed. And this time Sony tells JP to stay behind him. So that's what JP does. Now both these vehicles were in the front. Now in the meantime, JP's car goes out while competing with the other team. That's why his car can no longer participate in the race. But Sony is still in the race. He drives his car at full speed, like he used to run it 30 years ago. That means he starts flying in the air, and he goes ahead of everyone else. He was so far ahead that even the vehicles chasing him were far behind, and in this way he makes his team win. Now Apex GP wins this game for the first time. However, he never qualified in the top 10. But this time, with Sony's help, he wins. Everyone is very happy. But Sony was never greedy for a trophy. For this reason, he comes to a corner away from the crowd. Kat is looking for Sony here only. When she does not find Sony anywhere, then she comes to a place to meet Sony. They both kiss each other. Sony starts saying that I want to tell you one line, but in a different manner, and says that we will meet again very soon, and after saying this he goes away from here. After a few days, he goes from here to a desert in Mexico, where a car race was to be organized. There he tells a man that I heard that you need a driver. The man says a driver is needed. Have you ever driven a car? So Sony says no, I did not drive any car. Sony agrees to drive the car for this man. That means he will now become the winner here in the desert, and with this the action movie ends here. And just like that, after everything, Sony proved that a true racer doesn't chase trophies, he chases the thrill of the drive. This was Brad Pitt's F1 2025. Don't forget to subscribe for more epic movie breakdowns. Until next time, stay happy and take care of yourself. Thanks for watching.